Recording. So, your best leads for your entire career will come from people you know, because people you know recommend people they know. And today's world, there's so much fake everything that we never know who anyone is. And so we are starting to more and more and more want to work with people we know. And that's just the way it is. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen to, okay. So that is why this is my favorite class to teach, because if I could go back and talk to my younger self, I would say, Jody, work on your circle of influence until it is until you connect with everyone.
Mm.
That is where your business is going to come from. And that is where it will feed you for life once you start doing this. So let's say, I'm young, I'm like Yashti, and I start adding to my circle of influence. My kids are getting older. You have no idea what's about to happen in your life. You're going to run across so many people that want to move. So take advantage of it. And that's true, honestly, at any age. So your circle of influence, your sphere of influence is the best uh, business you will ever do because these are people that know you. They know your name and they know who you are and they like you. And in some of our cases, like me, they like you in spite of yourself. Okay. So don't feel like, oh, I have to change or anything like that. Nope, you got to be yourself. So we need to build our confidence and building our confidence in the plan. So we have confidence in ourselves, but what you really have to have confidence is the plan. And the plan is to go after everyone you know. So have a plan. We're going to talk about that today. Then have faith in your plan because it works. And then execute your plan daily. All the little tasks that are part of your plan, you have to do it. So you focus on the execution of those things, and the results will follow. So here are the facts. This is who we are. We are in Connecticut. 22.6% of the population moved. 14% moved to owner-occupied homes. How many people are in your phone times 14%? Someone who is going to move into an owner-occupied home is in your phone. So whatever it is, times 14%. And that's why I say you have to have a minimum of 200 people. And if you only have 20, you have to go and rethink what your sphere of influence is and just add to it. They're not necessarily in your phone. I use the phone just as an example because most people don't think they have one and they end up like me with crazy amount of people in it. So you know more people than you think. You're a human. Okay. So why your circle of influence? Well, 14% will move in the next 3 years. Connect the dots to opportunity. If 14% move in the next 3 years, if you have 200 people, that's 28 people. Okay. Over the next 3 years. And then who do they know? According to NAR, the average buyer refers 3 people to you, other buyers, while you're showing houses and more after the closing, and listings too. So not only do you have the people, but as you get business, more people are referred to you. So let's say half your contacts are buyers. So that's 14 times 3. That's 42 additional opportunities over the next 3 years. Every time you show, that's just one client. So multiply that by how many deals you're going to do. And 82 over 3 years equals 27.3 per year. Even if you only close 2/3, that's 18 per year. So grow your sphere, grow your opportunities. 76% of sellers said they would use an agent they knew or was referred to them when they want to go and sell their house. 76% want to use someone they know. So you want your name to be synonymous with real estate. So all the people that you know need to know what you do for a living. That's the point. So who are we? We're Connecticut. We're 4,842 square miles and a water area of 701.3 square miles. We are the 48th largest state by area, so we're tiny. Our population, 3,605,944. Our median income, 91,665 per family. Average family size is 3 people. And there are 1,201,981 households. Our household income, home ownership, 65.7%. So the population, 65.7% own homes. So people here know the value of owning a home. Total housing units, 1,530,197. So the people that have moved since 2021, 22.6 people out of the population have moved, and 14% of those moved into owner-occupied housing. 39% moved into rental housing. So there's still a lot of opportunity. Okay, so let's look at the next 3. Well, so first, do we agree there's a lot of opportunity? What do you guys think?
Yes.
Yeah, so there's a lot of people renting that probably would rather own. Our income is better than the average bear as far as states go. We're small but mighty. Okay, so we have Connecticut's a good place to sell real estate. So we're tracking our deals. So our goal for the next 12 weeks are 3 deals. Daily contacts 5 or 25 a week. Social posts 2 a week. Appointments, our weekly goal 1. Yashti, I want to just take my hat off to you. She is goal oriented. So she like turned somebody from her geo farm into a listing appointment. I think, or maybe it was
Yes.
yeah.
No, it was from my geo farm.
So,
Thank you.
conversations into appointments. It's just in the back of your mind. You keep that in the back of your mind. Buyer agreement, 2 a month. Listing agreements, our goal is 2 for the whole time. So, but we need 2 appointments a month to get that amount. Okay, so there's a fallout. Offers written monthly, goal 3, pending sales monthly 1, referrals daily 1. So what do I mean by that, referrals daily 1? Somebody is always thinking of moving, whether they become somebody in your circle of influence, you're adding it on, or you just find another agent if they're going to Minnesota or, Puerto Rico, wherever, we can refer them. Handwritten notes daily 1. So keep that in the back of your mind. We want to do a handwritten note. And then open houses a month, minimum 1. You want to do open houses, okay? All right, your database. So these are the people you know. We need to fall in love with the people we know. Like our life depends on it, and your career depends on it. Because down the road, it's going to get more and more and more that people want to work with someone they know. And a lot of times we think, well, why should they work with us? They'll work with us when we talk the talk and walk the walk of real estate, when we know the market and we start talking about that to them and online. Okay. So it starts with organizing your database. Start with a spreadsheet. So here's an example of a spreadsheet, and I can share a Google spreadsheet with you very similar to this. So you want to organize everyone you know, put them in a spreadsheet. You might have them in you might have them in Moxie. You can have them all kinds of places, but you also want to have it in front of you so you can see them. I know for me personally, I have to see everybody. It jogs my memory. Oh yeah, they wanted this. I gotta call them. That a new listing just came on the market just like that. Okay. So as you think about everyone in your phone or your Gmail account or your MLS, saved contacts in your MLS, they're either A or B. Think of it like that, simple. A are people that know your name, that you can call them and they'll pick up. And B's are people that you kind of know. You know, maybe you're, um, let me think, somebody I kind of know, maybe my hygienist or the person that does works with an attorney, or they kind of know me, but they don't know me that well. But guess who does know me? The attorney. So who do I know that when I call them will take my call? Those are A's. And then B's are everybody else. Um, And then if you need help creating the spreadsheet or downloading your contacts from your phone or your MLS or your Gmail or Moxie to put into a spreadsheet, send a request to c21jobrequest@gmail.com. You're only allowed to send the request if you're going to make the calls. Okay. And I will know. So I'm going to help you and hold you accountable. So just make sure this is something that you're going to do. You can't lose if you do this. You're getting to know people, connecting with them. So let's talk about why they want to connect with you. And I'm a strong believer of being generous. So your value equals your items of value. So we call it items of value. So what are some things that are items of value? Anybody want to share? What do you,
Knowing the current market.
okay. That's exactly it. Knowing the current market. What else? How about what it costs to replace the cabinets in my kitchen, Stefan? Is that an item of value?
Yeah.
Okay,
Also, the fact that we're affiliated with a company that has 11 offices in Connecticut
perfect. What
and we back
else?
each other.
We have support where
We have a lot of training.
a lot of training. And you know what's nice about training? If you're a client, you know whoever you use is going to know what they're doing.
Mm.
Okay, so items of value. Let's look. All right, so number one, they are made to strengthen relationships, to stay top of mind. So quarterly or monthly touches, quarterly, monthly, bi-monthly, call or text everyone you know every 30 to 90 days with a reason to talk to them. And the reason is your item of value. It could be a market update, a just listed or just sold example, a local event, if you have a local art gallery, or meetup or a sale at they're selling Mother's Day plants, Easter flowers, anything like that that's happening in your neck of the woods. Anyone track who you're calling and if they respond or not, and leave a message. Hey, I was just thinking about you. I wanted to let you know you're on my mind. Leave a message and note in your spreadsheet what time of day you called and they weren't home. Next time you call when they are home. And then send handwritten notes. Send personalized notes for birthdays, anniversaries, milestones, or I just left a message and I wanted to let you know you're on my mind. Give value first. Share helpful market insights, home tips. Home tips are huge. Or referrals. So referrals. I want, it's that time of year, taxes are coming up. I want to share with you the top 3 tax people in my world. Okay, or it's time to think about, you might want a free market evaluation for tax purposes. Think of things that you could share. Be memorable, stand out, helping, not just selling. So, how could you help? Um, what are some ways to think about that? How can I help and show that that is in my heart to help people? When I'm looking at these people here or my Gmail or whatever, what could I do that maybe doesn't cost a lot but would make somebody feel good?
Maybe drop off a plant.
I love that.
Mhm.
You
Or
know,
some flowers.
getting little bags like that you buy now for, some people this isn't going to be what they would do, but maybe somebody in their life would, a child, for example, or somebody in college, maybe you could pay them to create little bags with your business card, maybe a chocolate, a pack of flower seeds, just cute little spring things that you could leave. And then when you're driving by their house on their way to or from work, just drop it off. You were on my mind. Put it on their doorknob.
Mm.
Be memorable. Stand out by not just selling. Invite people. If you're involved in any kind of charities, invite people. One of our agents who's really does really well, she has 4 open houses at her house. One of her kids is a chef. She hires him and all of her family to wait on people, and all her past clients come and hang out. Now, you could have a barbecue in your neighborhood and do the same thing, but she does it 4 times a year, and people are getting to know each other. And guess who they're going to recommend when it comes to selling their house?
Or
So that it's like being generous, going the extra mile. All right, so think about how you're going to strengthen and like I'm jealous of people who have young kids because that is where everything starts. There's so many opportunities to do that. So we all have to like think. I'm giving you ideas that come from my old lady brain, but you probably have ideas that are much better. So we have to think of, how we can make this work in our own lives. Then systematize your circle of influence growth. So you're adding 1 person a day, 5 to 10 people a week, using that spreadsheet to track interactions and follow-ups. Leverage existing relationships. Hey, do you know somebody? We're having a contest at work. My boss has tasked me to find somebody in this area that wants to move. I know you're happy. Do you know anyone? Everyone wants to help us when we ask. All right. Okay, so before we go to the next thing, I'm just going to break you into two rooms, and I want you to write down 5 things you could do to help strengthen your circle of influence. So I'm going to stop sharing for a minute and breakout rooms. Who wants to share? Since you're unmuted, Stefan, you have to share.
Meet with people on the lunch or breakfast and
I like that.
ask them about the referral. Like on the Facebook, most people they have date of birth. It's easy. You can find out which which date, and send them a little bit, send them card to the Facebook or
Got them on Facebook for info.
yeah.
One thing that I've been doing lately is inviting my sphere of influence to go to lunch or just for coffee, and in the process start a conversation. So ask them if they know anyone who's in the market, either to buy, sell, or rent. And that way I can build up my circle of influence also.
Nice. That's excellent. That's what Stefan just said. It's funny because I was thinking, yeah, my husband does that. I thought it was a guy thing, but it is a everybody thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Elkie.
Oh, hi. We talked about um like it's a good way to start a conversation, like if you have a dog and you go to a dog park, and um especially, well, I'm in Stanford, Chris is in Stanford as well. Uh and there's a nice park down in Harbor Point where all of those buildings are brand new, most of it like 10 years, and people could be relocated from those apartments to homes. So I don't know, that's
Love
makes
it.
me to, play day and real estate, talk about dogs and introduce yourself and exchange or give your business card, always like carry one with
Give your
you.
business card with a little dog treat
Yeah,
in a little bag.
Yeah.
that's not a bad idea. Yeah.
And maybe start a Facebook group. The dogs
Yeah,
of whatever the
definitely.
park is.
Dogs from Harbor Point. What's a park called? I don't know.
Street
You know,
is that off of?
I'm not
What's the
even
street?
sure. It's right in the middle of, if you just keep going all the way down to where the Pitney Bowes building was or is. It's a technology center now, I think. If you take a right before that and kind of go on a U-turn, it's
Okay.
right up there. And there's, I mean, literally thousands of apartments all over.
Wow, I've never been to that. That's
Yeah.
very cool. Oh, I love it. And there's amazing places, restaurants around there too.
Yep. And
Well,
young, as
but
again, the demographic is perfect.
hmm Yeah, I should move to Stanford. I just hate the traffic. How couldn't you take it?
Oh, it's not so bad.
Anyone else? You know what I love about what you're saying? You're connecting. You're connecting with people, and that's what your sphere is. It's about connecting. So, in the last class, they were talking about doing these big social media things, which is good, but that's a different thing that you're going after. That you can bring in people, but I think more and more we're going to see the personal connections, and that those are so valuable and lucrative. So, all right, share my screen. Okay, am I sharing? Can you see strengthen relationships stay top of mind?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so next I'm just going to go through how to pull data. So even I think for our circle of influence, what uh, sometimes you feel uncomfortable is what do I say to the people that I know to make them see that I'm not just Jody, the grandmother, but I'm intelligent and very savvy when it comes to this market, because that's who they want to work with. So pulling statistics is something that you have to learn to do. And I sent you this so you can print it out, follow along. If you want, come Saturday and we'll print it out for you here at the office. Okay. So as an example, I'm looking at the last 30 days. So all these other things, InfoStats, Fast Stats, there's a bunch of in the MLS of statistics, RPR. None of this is real time. The only thing that is real time is the MLS. So to get the real data right from the MLS, you would click into Connect MLS. And then you go all the way in, click search, and click on listings, then select single family. Then over here to the right, you get rid of condo and cooperative because it's either or. If you want to do condos, but don't do them together. Stanford, it might be different, but I think you'll see a difference in the price. And if you're talking to somebody about houses and you start talking condo prices. So anyway, here's the trick. You click on status and then you pull up all the statuses that the top 7. So active, deposit continue to show, closed, deposit, and that's it. So not 7-4. And then you do only 30 days back. So the default is 360 to 0. So you turn it to 30 to 0 on each one. Pick a city. But status is where the trick is, okay? Once you pick a city, this is how you do it. Active, under contract, coming soon. Oh, I forgot, coming soon, so it's 5. Closed, under contract. To continue to show up here, and then down here is just under contract. 30 to 0, okay? That way you don't have aging inventory inactive because it can throw off the numbers. Okay, and then you select view results. So it tells you how many results you have. And then this is this trick number 2. So after you view results, this is what you see. As long as you're in this little thing here, this shows you the list view. So it looks like this. Follow the arrow, go up here, the squiggly line next to the car. That is quick CMA. Okay, so you select that. Now another window pops open. This is what it looks like, and you're going to click Show Quick Stats Charts. So show quick statistics and charts. Next, you can see, what kind of criteria you want, customize your view if you want to get rid of anything, and then you'll see when you scroll down, this shows you active under contract totals. So in my example here, it must be the whole MLS, but that is the idea. And the idea is the statistics tell a story. So for me, I forget that sometimes because I'm a little bit nerdy And I can go into just thinking everybody sees how amazing this is, and I don't have to explain it because they should know, but they don't know. So I want to tell a story. So here's the story. In the last 30 days, this is what's happening in whatever town you're in. And sometimes that's not good enough. They want to compare it to the previous 30 days or what was it like last year. But it is important that you start with the last 30 days. Why should we start only with the last 30 days? Let's see if you're listening.
Most
Why?
recent,
Say that again.
most recent.
It's the most recent, and they can't get that from the news, and they can't get that from the other stats. So nobody really takes the time to do this. So you are going to be above average and giving them something they're not hearing. And they're good. Oh, the last 30 days. Okay, last 30 days. And it makes them think, huh, why is that different? Okay. So let's just look. Here's an example of West Hartford. So I pulled the last 30 days in December. And this is closed only because I want you to see how weird it is and how interesting this is. So 46 homes sold in December. That means they closed. So when did they go under deposit? Probably 30 to 45 days prior to that. So December, that would be November and October, right? So that is when the most number of people were looking in houses and putting offers in, but they closed in December. So we have 46 closings. Now in January in West Hartford, there were only 28 closings. The average list price in December, 531, average sale price, 563. Average days on the market, 16. Okay. In January, average list price, 497, which is lower than December. Average sale price, 506, which is lower than December. Average days on the market, 30, which is higher, or 25 rather. The other thing is over here in December, it was selling 4% over asking. In January, it was 1% over asking. Why? Because these houses went under deposit in December or late November. So it was Thanksgiving and all the holidays, okay, were happening. So of course, you're going to see that in January. So then we look at February, and the average price is 460, list, average sale 505, number 34. Average list to sale price 11% over asking. 11 days on the market. So now we're starting to go into a little bit of a better market, but still 505 for the price. And it was 506 in January and 563 in December. So it looks like prices are coming down, and that's a aha moment, right? But then we look at March, and now we're up to 521 for the average price. Still lower though. And days on the market, 11 going down. But look what is happening. More 12% over asking, so it was 11% here. So the story is for a buyer or a seller, what does this kind of say to you? And what is a seller going through right now if they're thinking of putting their house on the market?
As far as like how you price it,
As far as how you price it and opportunity, how would they look at this as an opportunity?
because there's less inventory and there's more people chasing after less inventory, which is going to give them the most for their money.
Right. And the other thing is they still have to buy. So there's going to still be houses that they can buy that are not the insane spring prices yet.
Mm.
Okay. So we're in March, you know, and March sold in January and February. So, but this is real-time data. And you know, if you look when you look at the what's active too, it tells even more. So people are always wanting to know when, you know, they try to time the market, right? No one can time the market. But what we can do is tell them what's happening so they can feel like they're part of it. And then they end up making the decision themselves. And the decision is, I need to move now. Because the faster I move, the more I'm going to start gaining wealth. Prices are going to go up. So we'll look at that more in a sec. But I want to just take a minute and share with you how to do this. So let's, if you want to, I'm going to log into the MLS. I want you to too. Let's do it together to make sure that you can do this. So I'm going into,
Jody, can I ask a question?
of course.
Okay. Can we just go into fast stats and get all that?
Well, it would be easier to do that, but what does Fast Stats have?
It has, like if I want to do it in my neighborhood, like in my town,
Yep.
it'll
So,
have houses that sold, houses that expired, houses that are active.
all right, so I'm going to go into West Hartford, most recent, okay, and most recent is February. So now we're at the end of March, so we're a month behind. So here's Fast Stats, and it's telling me that in February, 33 new listings. Let's see what the closed. Closed sales 22. And then the average price 519. So I mean, this is really a month ago, so it's not March. So although I love Fast Stats and I think it's a better looking thing to share, it's not the last 30 days. So yes, you can. And don't let perfect stop you from moving forward. And I love Fast Stats, you know, it's easy, but Fast Stats and InfoSparks are going to be a month behind. So it is what it is. When you go into the MLS, Smart MLS, there are other things even just as good, but they're same thing. They're not going to be up to date. They're usually like 30 days behind or, you know, they usually don't change until the 15th of the month for the next month. So on, what is today? So on April 15th, we'll get March sales. But we can get March sales right now because they're here. So I'm going to show you what I just showed you. I'm going to search listings, single family. And you know what? We search listings every day, don't we? I mean, this is what people want to know, what's on the market. So search listings, single family. I don't want condos. So the default is status active. So I'm going to change it to closed and under.
Jody, are you sharing your desk,
Oh, I'm not. Thank you. Oh, yes, I am.
I don't
What do
see
you
it.
guys see?
See your email.
Yeah, we're back to the original, starting now, noon Eastern Standard Time group
Oh, I'm
call.
sharing the wrong screen. I'm so sorry. Okay, starting again. Thank you. Share. So I just showed you all that and it probably made no sense. So let me just quickly go back. Okay, so this was what Jean wanted to know. Why not Fast Stats? So this is Fast Stats. So I'm clicking on it. Most recent is February. Select an area. I'm going to do a different one. I'll do Stanford. Stanford, since we're talking about it. Oops. Okay, view report. All right, so it's a nice looking report. I mean, it is really nice, but it's February and we are tomorrow's April 1st. So we're 30 days behind. And the average price, oh my God, look at that average price.
A
Single
million?
single
Whoa.
family only, 1,017,205. And the average price for condos is down here. And it's 458,867, which is still decent. I mean, that's West Hartford single family. Uh, it also has the percent of change. And then over here, it has year-to-date average. So year-to-date average 1,000,002, little less. But compared to last year at the same time, it is up almost 10%, 9.8 year-to-date. Crazy. And this compares February last year to February this year. So it's up average price a decent amount. Condos even is up 4.6%, and year to date, the average price of condos is up 13. But this is still March. I mean February, not March. Okay, so that's the thing. So I like fast stats a lot, but when you talk about the last 30 days, that's when you separate yourself. So it's not that hard to do this. You just have to go and do it a few times, and then all of a sudden it's like riding a bike.
Jody,
Yes.
on Moxie, are the stats there current or, the report, the neighborhood news? Or are they behind also?
I'm not sure, but
Okay.
I believe they take their data from the MLS, so
Mm,
it could
okay.
be, but I'm not sure. All
So
right.
this matter, smart MLS.
Yeah. So Smart MLS. So and InfoStats is another really nice program, but it's the same thing. You're looking at, so I'm going to add another town, Stanford. Come on, Stanford. Now this, unless you tell it to, is all property types. So I'm going to stay single family. And then I'll add, what's another town near Stanford?
Greenwich.
How about Norwalk?
Oh, okay.
It's Norwalk, right?
Yep.
Norwalk. Okay. And I would like to add Greenwich, but Greenwich has their own MLS. I'll see what happens. We'll add it.
Sometimes you have even Greenwich houses on MLS.
Okay, so here we are, sales price average, and this is going back 12 months for 3 years. And I can go to the line and turn it into a bar. And this tells me, that's it. So it tells me here, February. So this is February as well. And oops. So we have Greenwich, Norwalk, and Stamford, Norwalk, and Greenwich. So interesting, single family is almost the same in Norwalk. Interesting. In fact, Norwalk is higher right now than Stamford. Are you guys, is that normal? So I love this because, this kind of tells a story too, just because you're comparing towns. So it's kind of fun to do that. And let's do single family. It went back to all property types. Okay, now Stamford is higher, but not by a lot. Okay. All right. So that's that. So now I'll show you it's not as pretty and it is harder, but to go into the MLS, I'll start again. So here I am, so I went up here to search listings. And then I chose single family and condo. Then I got rid of the condo and just did single family. Now I go down to status. Well, first I'll do city. So I'll do Stamford. There it is. And I'm going to status, clicking on it, and changing this to 30 days back. I just want to show you why I'm doing it. So if I were to just do it like this and view results, now these are single family only. And I'm going to go up here next to the cars, there's a little squiggly line, and it's for CMA summary, quick CMA. And then up here are quick statistics and charts. So there are 50 actives, and the average active price is 1,040,000. And the average days on the market is 40. Okay. So 50 actives and that long, and then it goes down to these, and you can see the closed. Unless I didn't ask for close. Let me, oh, I don't think I did close. So I'm going back to search. Okay, now I'm going to do close under contract 30 to 0. 30. And up here, 30 to 0. And now I have them. So once you have picked what you want, you can X out of here. Does anybody want me to wait a minute while you do this? Anyone need help? Okay, I'm gonna go next. So you can X out once you do it and it remembers, and then you're gonna view results. Okay, now let's see how many actives we have now. So I'm going over here to the quick CMA, which is next to the car. And let's look at quick stats and charts. So we have 47, only 3 more. And the average days on the market for these is 25. So I think it was 30 before. Average price, it might be higher, 1,387,215. I usually do it because you want to kind of get rid of aging inventory. Apparently there isn't a lot. Only 3 houses that are on the market were on the market more than 30 days. 42 closed. And I'm going to go down here where we can see the average here. So these are the active average. This is the under contract single family, 54 under contract in 30 days. That's impressive. And we have to add that with under contract continue to show. We're looking at days on market 28. So these are under contract, and then these are under contract, continue to show 19 more. Usually these are longer on the market, so 32. So 19 and 54 is what?
73.
73 deposits in 30 days. That is huge. And then we have 7 coming soons. And then sold in 30 days, 42. So 73 deposits, 42 closed. And then here we have the average, 1,026,629. List price, 1,072,830. Sale price, 3% over asking, but it's so high that 3% of a million is what? 1% of a million is 10,000? So
Yes.
that's 30,000?
Yep.
So that's a lot. Okay. That's why I like this. So to me, this kind of tells a story. Now, if you wanted to do this, you can go over here and print stats only. Hold on. Print show. Okay. Print. Oh, here we go. Stats only. And then you can customize the stats too. So to keep it simple, you might want to just do deposits and close. I don't know. But when I hit print stats only, then this is what it looks like. It's still 2 pages. Second page is kind of pretty. Maybe I would put this together to knock on doors and hand out in the neighborhood and highlight the fun things that we just talked about. This is the last 30 days. They're not going to see anybody else doing this. So it's not as pretty as Fast Stats, but it is the last 30 days. You're not going to even see this on the news. So I think it's kind of neat because we're in a fluid market and people don't know what the opportunities are. So just to be able to tell a story. Okay, so let's look at the closed. All right. The other thing that what I did for the presentation was I just went to these and I took a screenshot of this. So how do you take a screenshot of a little area? You click in the search and type in snipping tool. If you have a Windows-based program, they all have it. It's called snipping tool. And then it comes up like a box that looks like this. You click new and you can just highlight this little area. So if you wanted to put together something to hand out, you could do that and then just paste it into anything. You can also save it as a picture. So once you have it, you can copy it or you could save it as a JPEG, and just say, I forget what I did. I think these were actives. You could also post this on social media as a picture. And, this is what's happening in the last 30 days. The other agents that may be very good at Canva are probably not very good at that. And being able to talk about those kind of things will separate you from the pack. Okay, that's why I love teaching this. Because I think if I were looking for a house and somebody said, well, in the last 30 days, this happened, that would make me pause. And I might start thinking, maybe I should move. It's like those little thoughts kind of get in there and they help build reason. Okay, so next. Now we're going to make calls. So we're calling our people that we know. Okay. And let me just pull this back. Okay, so we're calling people we know. Hang on. And we now are the experts in the marketplace. Okay, so we know the days on the market, the price per square footage, even though I didn't point all of that out to you. You would print it out, highlight it, look at it, make it yours, and then start making calls to people you know. So when I call people I know, what do I want to say? I'm not going to launch into statistics, right? So what do I want to do? I want to connect. How do I connect? So write this down. Ford. What do we talk about first? Family, occupation, recreation, and dreams. So, hey, Stefan, I just wanted to call you. Been on my mind. How's the family? Oh, Jody, it's been so long. I can't believe it. Yeah, Mary Beth started school. How are your parents doing? Oh, we're about to put them into the old folks' home. I'm shipping them back. So whatever you want, you're talking about that. These are people you know. You want to connect with them. So I don't know. To me, this is the funnest thing about your circle of influence. It's calling people you know. So if you're really busy and you guys are taking night classes, and that means you're probably busy during the day. So when can you make these calls? Well,
3 to 5,
go ahead.
3 to 5.
Yeah, well, how about when you're driving? There are people in your car. You're in your car, you have your phone. Start with the A's. Okay? I mean, you might have to pull over and take notes after the call if they're interested in something, but you're getting your contacts in, you're touching base, and you're taking advantage of using your time well. So if you're driving, that's a great time to call because you're calling people in your phone. So you know that. When you start asking where you're working, then what's going to happen? They're going to, well, where are you working now? Oh, I'm still, at Travelers, but I also am selling real estate. So I'm really excited about that. The market is crazy. Oh, I've heard that. What's happening? Well, it's so funny. In Stamford, do you know the average price is over a million one right now? And days on the market is under 30. And the average person is getting 3% over asking. But that's for single family. Condos, you can still buy under 5. Okay, so that's it. I've done the research. I don't have to like pull out my spreadsheet. I just, use what I can use and see what happens. And if they live in Stamford, what are they thinking?
It's time to
Oh,
sell.
you want to sell.
Yeah, that happened to Kelly. Not this past weekend, the weekend before. Two of her circle and one lives in Stamford said, I want to sell.
Hmm.
Well, where are you going to go? I don't care. If that's what the prices are, I'm ready now. I'll figure it out.
Wow. Wow.
So that's the value of this. If they don't live in Stamford, it still makes them think, gee, I wonder what's happening in West Hartford.
Mm.
Okay. So the whole fun thing about working with your circle of influence is connecting with people. And now you can learn more about them, be generous with your time, take your time. It's more fun than calling strangers. And if you add some statistics, how does it make you look?
Very smart. On top of the market.
Yeah, they're not going to think, oh, yeah, Jody, who I went to high school with that was really bad at math. Yeah, I'm not going to hire her. They're going to think, wow, she really knows what she's talking about, right?
Hmm.
So it helps kind of put you, because, the people that know us love us, but sometimes they love us in spite of ourselves, not because of ourselves. And it doesn't mean they won't use you, but you increase your chances by going the extra mile and taking the time to know the market and make the call. So, how are you guys feeling? Do you like the acronym?
Yes. Mhm.
All right, it is, what time is it? It is
6:15.
6:15. I honestly don't have a lot more to do. I was gonna have you guys role play. Or do you want to role play? Are you up for it? Are you tired? All right, I'm gonna let you guys escape early. I think you get it. Just keep making the calls, okay?
Thank
Do
you.
your plan for this. I will shoot you out the spreadsheet so you can have a copy. And we're gonna have our call either tomorrow or Thursday. So let me know at the call how many contacts you're doing. And thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Thanks,
coming,
Jody.
Jody.
All right,
Thank
you
you,
people.
Jody.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Take care.
Great,
Bye
thank you.
bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.